The next storyteller gave me her answer to the question, and here it is. If you were a child snack, or in lunch or otherwise, what snack would it be? And she just said, without batting an eye, apple squeezy. So please welcome Kristi Nellor to the mic.
So, my mother may or may not have been choking to death on a blueberry in Kansas. But rather than call 911 or her boyfriend Toby or any of the 50 million other people she knows in Kansas, she called me, her 23-year-old daughter in Boston. So stunned, I look out over this job that I worked really hard for, and I think, shit, this is really bad. I can't lose her. Not like this. My father was an alcoholic, and my mother, madly, madly in love with him, divorced him to save her kids and to save him. The idea was he'd hit rock bottom, he'd bounce back, we'd live happily ever after together. But it didn't really go down like that. When I was 8, he tragically died. And my life was never really the same after that. My mom never remarried, my sister checked out and was long gone, and from that moment on, for my whole life, it was just me and my mom. And here I am, off trying to build my own life, and I've left her alone 1,400 miles away in the inept hands of her asshole boyfriend, Toby. So I'm holding this phone and I'm facing my biggest fear. This is the thing I've been petrified of my entire life, every second since I've left her. I can't lose her. So somehow Toby gets her to the hospital, they send her home, they say she's fine. But 3 days later, she has not eaten a single solid bite of food, no one's helping her, and clearly she is not fine. So I find myself on a flight home to check things out, because I'll be damned if I'm gonna let Toby handle this. So, Toby. Toby is my arch nemesis. I hate this man with every fiber of my being. He's a huge reason why I left Kansas in the first place. So imagine me in high school, I'm there with my friends. He drives up in a convertible Chrysler LeBaron, and his poodle, Chi-Chi, jumps out. And then out steps a pair of fire engine red cowboy boots, a pair of baggy weightlifter pants with an elastic waistband, zebra print, a Hawaiian shirt tucked in, but fully unbuttoned so we can all enjoy his nasty, flabby, semi-hairy old man chest. This is the same dude who crashed one of my pool parties in a thong. Yeah. If you said something unfortunate like bon appetit, he would say, "You mean boned apple tits?" Like, who says that? Where's this guy come from? Okay, so my sister, he was so bad, my sister had him professionally photoshopped out of all of her wedding photos. We were just trying to negate that he even existed. I mean, but the fact of the matter, the reality is, he did exist, and he was the only one there with my poor mom. So I get off the plane and I hear, "Kristi, over here." And it's my mom's voice. And I look over, and I don't recognize that person I see. That woman is tiny and frail and sickly, and she looks like she's about to collapse under the weight of her big, bouffant, blonde hair. And my heart just breaks, because that's my superhero. That's my mom, this woman who's been so amazing my whole life that I truly, truly believe that I didn't even need my dad, because I had her. that mom. She came to every one of my softball games, ringing a cowbell behind home plate, yelling loud enough to be both parents and pissing off every single parent of the opposing team. It was awesome. She always had my back. When I was little, this crabby little girl threw sand in my eyes, and together we tracked her down, and she was at the water fountain, and when it was her turn to get a drink, my mother slammed her face into the water. When she looked up at her, my mom was like, don't do things to other people that you don't want done to you. And then we walked away, and then she looked at me with a smirk, and she said, actions always speak louder than words. Yes, they do, Mom. Your actions speak really loud. You're a badass. She was fierce, and she was fearless, and she did anything, whatever it took to scare me straight. Like, when she found out I was having sex. Oh, man. She threatened to take me to a doctor, and in her own words, he's gonna sew your hole together. As ridiculous as that is, I was really scared. That was really scary. I really thought that was gonna happen. I didn't have sex anymore. It was, So, one look from her, and you were scared shitless. But I'm looking at my mom, and she's the one that's scared. And I don't know what to do. Like, who's in charge here? So that week home turned into a year and a half. And here I am living with this woman who's now accusing me of conspiracy theories against her, yet cannot be away from me for even 2 seconds. She's shitting her pants in restaurants. Food is flowing through her like water, and she's losing a pound a week. I'm 23. My friends are thinking about hooking up, going out, getting a good job, and I'm at home with my mom, eating pureed foods alongside her, contorting my body to sleep on the couch with her every single night so she's not scared, and just standing by helplessly as her thyroid goes haywire and pumps hormones in her body that can cause cardiac arrest any day. But what was worse than that, it was making her nuts. She was losing her mind, and I was losing my mom. Now, if this isn't really just bad enough, fucking Toby. Comes down with a mysterious illness, and for reasons unbeknownst to me, I agree to let him move in, and I will take care of him as well. It was grueling. I didn't even want kids at this point in my life, and I'm taking care of 2 really sick people, one of which I hate, and the other one I'm petrified is gonna die. It was rock bottom. So when he finally got well enough to go home, I was like, yes! We have not heard from Toby in 3 glorious days. And that night, Mom nudges me on the couch, wakes me up. Kristi, we haven't heard from Toby in 3 days. I'm so worried. Something could be the matter. He could be dying. We have to go check on him. I'm not gonna lie. The thought of him dying at that very second was pretty awesome. But regardless, I found myself in a car at 4 a.m. driving over to once again check on this man. So we're like 3 houses from his house. And I will never forget this. My mom says, cut the lights. And I'm like, cut the what? And she's like, cut the lights. Turn the car off, park here. We are gonna stake this out. What are you talking about? She's like, Toby has taken in a homeless woman and she is addicted to drugs. All of her druggy friends have taken over and ransacked his house, and I think he's addicted to drugs too. Okay, Mom. That sounds ridiculous, and if it's true, we gotta get out of here. That's dangerous. Okay, before I had a chance to go anywhere, a scantily clad crack whore comes running out of Toby's house. She climbs up into this gigantic pickup truck. As soon as she appears, a huge dude comes strutting out, and I shit you not, that man was wearing a burgundy fur coat. He takes her by the hair, he rips her out of the truck, he drags her half naked down the driveway. He throws her into, of all cars, an El Camino, and they tear out of there. Meanwhile, Toby comes staggering out, and he is flailing a loaded handgun. And he's screaming, Cherise, come back! And my mom puts her hand on my knee, and she says, go, now's our chance, we can get him! We can save him! What? I'm not dying for Toby. I look at her, and for the first time in that whole year, she actually looks like herself. She's strong, she's compassionate, she's not backing down, and she says, Kristi, Toby's really in trouble. And if you're really in trouble, wouldn't you want just one person in the world to help you? Please just help me one more time. Okay, love is a really fucked up thing, because that's all it took. I was like this. My body just took over. All of a sudden, Toby's at the car door. I fling the door open, I knock him like off balance, and somehow I manhandle a grown man into the backseat. And the next thing I know, we are careening down the highway with Toby screaming like a banshee in the back of our car. I get home, and the next few hours are like a total blur. Oh my God. Do we detox him at home? Do we take him to the hospital? Is he gonna die? Are we gonna die? Oh my God, those were drug people! When I drop her off, or when we finally drop him off at the hospital and we get back home, I'm livid. I leave her for the first time in the whole year, and I don't even care if she panics herself to death. I tear out of there, and I'm so mad, and I'm driving like I really gotta get somewhere, and I realize I've got nowhere else to go. I've got no one left. And so I go to the most popular place in Kansas. I end up at Walmart. The funny thing about loss is that life just keeps going, the world keeps turning, people just keep doing what they're doing, but you don't, you're stuck. And you're screaming, but no one can hear you. So no one even took a second look at me sobbing in the car, in the parking lot at Walmart. So I pick up the phone, it's my mom, Kristi, please just come home. And I'm like, oh, I can't take this one more second. What do I do? What would I want someone to do for me? And I think, oh my God, I'd want someone just to love me so much that they were willing to do whatever it takes to sacrifice everything to save me. And it dawns on me, oh my God, that's what she did for my dad. And no matter the outcome, that's the only choice you have. So in the parking lot of Walmart, in my mom's nondescript Buick, I delivered these lines. Mom, it's either him or it's me. And if it's him, that's it. We are done. I'm leaving, and we will never speak again. For a really long time, I was pissed off at what I lost that whole year. But I didn't really think about all that I was gaining. I got this chance to mother my mother and to mirror back to her everything she'd done for me my whole life. And then I was rewarded by being able to see her as a real person, as a human being. That day when that call came in that I've been scared of my whole life, it was like, sure, I got to say I love you. But for that year and a half, I got to show her without a shadow of a doubt that every single sacrifice she made was worth it. And I got to prove to her that she mattered as a human being. And for that, I will be forever grateful.